So Control C, Control H, Control V. Every instance of var South Bend, I'm going to turn into this token called var 2000 that looks like all the other tokens on the page, except instead of being var 7 or something, it's var 2000. And yeah, if you want, you can highlight one of these. Just don't get any stray spaces. Copy it, paste it in, and then just simply change the number. Again, don't lose anything. Don't lose your percentage sign. Don't create a space where it does not belong, right? But now I can make a var 2000 be the city, replace all. So guess what? That allows me to create variability for the city. Save. Watch this. I'm going to insert a new column. See how I did that? Just highlighted the column. Right click in here. You got to right click in here. Insert. var 2000 and South Bend, right? Now, that's all I need to do to get the match. But that gives me the ability to create more variability. Say I also want to be the guy for Mishawaka, and I want to be the guy for Granger, and I want to be the guy for Goshen, and I want to be the guy for, I don't know, what else? Elkhart. Okay? And there, I just created much more variability. Now, any of these 5 can go with any of the terms for landscaping times any of the terms for business. So we started with South Bend Landscaping Company. By the time our pages are being developed here, how many combinations can we make? 5 times 2 times 3. That's 5 times 6 is 30 already. That's 30 entirely different page titles and meta descriptions, for instance, and I'll bet it's more. By the way, can you introduce a new concept? Like, what if you wanted to say best South Bend Landscaping Company, or best Goshen Landscape Business, or best Elkhart Landscaping Firm? Yeah, you can create a new one. It doesn't matter what the order is. I might do this just so I can keep track of my own work. I'm going to highlight and drag. That's var 2001. Guess what I'm going to do with that? I'm going to put that in here too. And I'm just going to use it my page title to create more cool variability and also appeal to humans who read it. So where is my page title? I always lose track of it in here. Okay. Oh, for crying out loud. Start up here somewhere, Control F, title. There it is. I see it. That's why. Everything's so varred out. Let me put a new one in here. Okay. Var. Don't capitalize var. Sometimes you make sure it matches the format of everything else you see. Okay. Boom, boom. As long as it matches what's on the var sheet, you're good to go. So now I'm going to have my best, whatever came right after that was 2000, right? Best landscaping company, blah, 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 in, Elkhart, Indiana, Mishawaka, Indiana, Granger, Indiana, Goshen, Indiana, whatever it is, right? I don't need my CMS. I might say something like, Acme, right? Landscaping. Okay. And yeah, I can get rid of stray spaces in the titles. As long as you don't screw with the tokens, you can do anything around them you want. File. So that's just cleanup. Okay. And cleanup is great. So guess what that means? That's what I wanted here. And I want this to say best, to kick right off in the page title saying something like best. Now that could also mean like, who knows, finest, right? Most trustworthy, okay? And so on. And by the way, just so you know, okay, let me clear the contents. You could start with a single word, and then you could go to the toolbar, hit the source, but highlight, instead of highlighting a whole row, which is going to give you variables on everything, you could just highlight a cell and hit the source, okay? And it'll tell you what it's got, okay? And it's got all these choices. And the only thing I'm not going to like about it, well, 2 things. One, a lot of these don't fit. This is supposed to be creme de la creme kind of things, the elite and so on, the finest, the dregs, whatever. A lot of these I'm not going to like, so I'm going to want to highlight and get rid of many of these, right? Best, finest, greatest, top, unsurpassed. Okay, superlative is weird. Let me hold down my control key and hit cream, elite, elite, dregs, elite, elite, cream, elite, flower. Now I got a bunch of those highlighted by holding down my control key while I clicked on them all. So now I can go to format sheet and just drop. Don't hit drop all. That drops everything in the column and you just start over again. It's not a big deal. It's just hit drop and it rolls those out and rolls everything else up. The other thing, see these funky characters, right? This is not proper English. It's got little tildes, accent marks, and things. Okay? So a good thing to do is to shift click the whole entry. Okay, if you do the whole thing, it might take a little while because it's got to go through the entire column. You can do that too. It just depends on the speed of your computer. Me, I'm just going to highlight an area that covers all that. Okay. Now, I'm going to go to Format Sheet, or I'm sorry, I'm not going to do that. I'm going to go to Replace Editor. Okay. And again, watch those characters. My Replace Editor, if I hit Replace, is pre-built to get rid of funky characters. And so they're gone now. Now it's the regular word Elite in every case. That keeps Moji Pro from tripping over characters it cannot recognize. It keeps your page from showing characters wrong. Okay. So I just created a great deal more variability. Before, there were 30 possible combinations, you could say. 6 times 2 times 3. Now it's 6 times 2 times 3 times 89. It says 90, but that's because we have a header, so it's 89. Who's going to do the math on that? We can have combinations like 89 times 6, and it all covers keywords we want. Over 500 individual pages that's pitching us in all the different ways people might think to type to look for um, a landscaper in their area. And we just gave Google a lot of great new content, new page titles, new related content to feed on. So it makes our site larger and more important, right? Creating variability allows us to do two important things. One, get the keyword combinations into place that we want. Whatever those keyword combinations are, the biggest spread, cast your net for all the different things that people think to type. So you can capture all those little different sub-markets, subsets of people. The other thing, you can't just do that with your page title and your meta description. You're going to wind up with duplicate pages with different page titles and meta descriptions. Google doesn't like that. So we have to make sure that our variability makes the pages variable as well, makes the pages read differently as well. All right. So we create variability so the pages read differently, and we get all of our major keywords into play as far as we can cast that net, as far as we can imagine that people are searching for us with different keyword combinations. Okay, so there you go. There you go. I mean, now that's great. So now if I go running, I have the right to create way more pages now. I don't have to make just 20 or something. I can make 500, and this is the kind of concept that's at play here. And those titles are going to be different. Now, by extension, I could do it with the meta description. Okay. Now I've shown you how to do that already. So what I'm going to do is show you the other way around real quick. Okay. And you'll understand what's going on. This is going to be a little more detailed, so I'll make a separate topic out of it. That one was how we pull down a whole page and create the variability we need between the page title and the meta description and how you can tweak. Because, yeah, you can introduce new tags into the title, into the description, anywhere in the body. Okay. And you can do more. You can literally use different style sheets as variables. You can use different images as variables. You can use YouTube videos as variables. You can do anything you would like. The more you understand of Moji, the more power you have. It's like with, let's say, Photoshop. Okay, how many of you guys have ever dabbled inside of Photoshop? Okay, what do you know about Photoshop? It has tools. There's tools here. There's tools up in here, right? And what do you know? You know that as you learn more tools, as you learn how to, well, erase something, how to replace the color, how to draw lines and so forth, how to crop, how to slice, how to magic wand and magic lasso things, how to use distort and blur and sharpen and create textures and so forth. The more individual tools you know, the more combinations you can do. If there are 3 ways to use this tool and 5 ways to use that tool, well, now you've got 3 ways times 5 ways is 15 different ways if you learn 2 tools to deal with the photo. I got 15 different ways times 2 ways to use that, 2 ways to use that. Now you're up to 60 different ways to deal with a photo. And then you have these different things. As you learn each one, it geometrically expands. It's basically exponentially expands your ability to manipulate something. The exact same thing happens in Excel. In Excel, there's formulas. The more you learn, the more you can do on the page with numbers and so forth, right? Each next little thing you learn gives you dramatically more combinations you can go off of and develop more power from. Okay. Same thing with MOWG. Each individual tool you learn of the toolbar and of the MOWG Pro interface, then the dramatically more things you can do with your runs. It's just up to you how far you want to go. You can go as far as the greatest designers doing the biggest websites for the biggest companies with the tools we have here. Between theme to HTML, T2H, and the MOWG system, the toolbar and the MOWG Pro interface, you have a terrific amount of power. And then you can still use other tools on the outside, color pickers and color palette tools and so forth to match up color design like. I'll be showing you guys later how you can just pick a color, and when you pick the color, okay, and you can enter the color like right here, so you can use a color picker, okay, I've got mine here, and I can snatch a color off a page, and then once I do, I see what the code is for it. I can enter the code here, okay, I can kill this, enter the code there, hit OK, and what'll it do? It'll give me that, and it'll show me related color combinations that make sense. Okay, and I can take a look at it in different ways. I can look for complementing color combinations that look right. I can go for triads. Okay, and it's very mathematically based, and that means that when I create good looking websites, enter that information for the background color and the menu links and the different things a form submits. I can come out with the complementary colors. This can be my green, that could be my orange, and they would be good colors. They wouldn't rub raw on the eye. And in the back end, of course, it's extremely easy to enter this information. You guys have seen that, or you will, when you finally go in the back end, because you just go to global settings, website theme and colors. And for the website main color, you just paste in the value you would like. BAP. For the website page background color, that's another one of those colors from your color scheme designer there that you have open in another tab maybe. So you know this is one color. I'm going to put that number in here maybe. This is another color. I'm going to put that number, and maybe I'm doing my triads. So I'll put that number in here, and so on. You can go with the lighter colors in the page background and the darker colors outside for the main color, and you can do all this kind of thing. The service schedule form itself, just put in the numbers you want, and then just update and reload or update and check out your page, and it's going to look good. Okay, very, very cool. All right, in the next video, I'm going to cover this real fast for just the faster, easier way to download the page without going through the whole process, how that works, just so you know. Then we'll move on. Okay, I hope you're enjoying the power here, and thanks for watching. We got more coming.